Okay, so Angry Cop, he's a guy in the military. Well, some of you might know who he is. This is what he looks like. He has come up with the breakdown of what soldiers receive. He says soldiers starve as 151 million of stolen funds from food from the soldiers. Now so this is the breakdown of what soldiers make. He said most soldiers who are newly in the military do not have a car or transportation. So he confirmed that for me in 2025. It's still the same as what it was when I was a military spouse. This is what an E1 makes in 2025 is $24,000 a year. An E2 makes $27,000 a year. A private first class makes $28,000 a year. A specialist or corporal E4 gets $31,000 a year, and a sergeant an E5 gets $34,000 a year. And now this is my beef, and I take everything and I compare it right back to the military related to inflation, bad business practices, buying a house, loans, debt, frauds. Well, how much does a staff sergeant get? Let's look at this. Staff sergeant, you get $37,000 a year. That's under $40,000. And so an E7, who is pretty high ranking, probably doesn't get much more than that. What's the difference? About $4,000, 37, maybe about 42,000 a year, 43,000 a year, possibly an E7 in the year 2025. This pathetic. Now this is comparable. I mean, this is called fixed income. And so these politicians are actually violating the Constitution of the United States of America when they do this to people on fixed income, which I say is military veterans, Social Security, welfare. I'm including all of them because there's a lot of politicians who acknowledge that people just plain don't have money, which means they're also acknowledging that there's not enough jobs in the United States for everyone to be on the payroll of someone else. But I'm going to listen and hear if there's anything else relevant that I want to talk about in his video, besides the money and the stolen food funds. Okay, so I'm going to finish this video out. He's talking about inflation without using the word inflation. That's what he's doing when he says soldiers starve, 150 million stolen from the food funds. And so he's talking about dining facilities and mess halls not having food for the troops for them to eat, and a lot of them not being open in convenient places.